Hello and welcome. My name is Alyssa, and today we will flow through a 30-minute all levels flow. For this flow and for every flow, I will always suggest yoga blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, either large water bottles filled with water or even large textbooks just to help bring the ground up to you. Throughout this flow, if at any point you need to take a rest, take a child's pose, you are always welcome. I will cue modifications, but listen to your body and what you are looking for. We won't be on the knees too much a little bit today. So if you have sensitive knees, getting a pad or a blanket could be helpful to you. I won't fully cue it, but something that you can add in at any point. So we're going to go ahead and get started in a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. We're going to either close the eyes or have a soft gaze down at one steady point on the floor. Palms facing down if you'd like a little bit of grounding. Palms can be facing up if you'd like a little bit of lightness or a little bit of lift. And finding the breath in and out of the nose. Just allowing yourself to settle in here. Ears, shoulders, and hips stacked in alignment. Finding a steady foundation on the sit bones. Making any adjustments that you may need to get yourself into this place where you can find presence in the breath. As we continue to find this seat, if your mind starts to wander away, can you compassionately bring the mind back to the breath? Escort it back to just this breath in and just this breath out. I'd like to invite you to take 3 deep belly breaths with me, keeping the breath in and out of the nose. So inhale through the nose, expand the chest, expand the rib cage, expand the belly. And as you exhale, release the air back out of your nose. 2 more just like that. Inhale and exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Release the control of the breath. Come back to your normal pattern, normal rhythm for just a few more breaths here. After your next exhale, release the air out completely at the bottom of the lungs. Empty out. And then inhale, circle the arms out, around, and up overhead. Palms come to touch. Bring the hands down through heart center, Anjali Mudra, setting an intention for your practice if you would like. Go ahead and flutter the eyes open if you close them. We'll go ahead and meet in all fours. So making your way to all fours in this position, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, drop the belly down and open up the chest for cow. Exhale, push the ground away for cat. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. You can continue here with this linear up and down, or add in anything that feels good to you. If you want to swish the hips from side to side, if you want to stretch the bottoms of the feet by rocking back and forth with the toes tucked, if you want to open up the wrists by flipping them to the sides or flipping them around towards the knees. It doesn't have to look like how I'm moving. It doesn't have to look like how someone else in the room with you is moving. All that matters is you're listening to what your body is asking for today. One more round of breath wherever you are. And after your next exhale, we'll meet back in all fours, neutral spine here. Step the right foot forward in between the hands if you get stuck halfway. Right hand behind the heel, help it up. Making sure that the foot is in between the hands, Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Hands can go up to the sky. Hands can be at heart center. They can even be on blocks if that helps you. Pull the right heel and the left knee isometrically together. So they don't actually move, but the movement or the feeling of pulling them together activates the right hamstring, activates the left hip flexor. 2 more breaths. And exhale. Last breath in. And exhale. Circle the hands down, frame the front foot. We'll come back to all fours, finding one round of cat-cow in between. So drop the belly, pull the chest and heart forward. Exhale, push the ground away and round. Inhale, come back through center. Go ahead and step that left foot forward, finding crescent lunge on the other side. Same hand placements, always welcome. Up to the sky, at heart center, hands on blocks. Anything works. Whatever is best for you is what is best. 2 more breaths. Pulling the left heel and the right knee together. Last breath. And exhale. Circle the hands down, frame the front foot. Coming back into all fours for just one round of cat-cow in between. Drop the belly, pull the chest and heart forward. And exhale, push the ground away and round. Come back through center. Big toes come together, knees spread apart, child's pose. Pull the hips back. Head comes to a block or the floor. Reaching the arms and the hands out so far that the forearms even lift off the ground. A side stretch through the side, bodies here. 2 more breaths. And exhale. 1 more breath in. And exhale. Tuck the toes, push back, downward facing dog. Once you arrive, feel free to pedal it out. Coming to the ball of one foot, ball of the other. Again, the invitation is swish the hips from side to side. Maybe just feeling into what this down dog feels like. Our first of practice, maybe your first of the day. 2 more breaths in this downward facing dog. And exhale. Really push the ground away on your inhale. And then exhale. Bottom of the exhale, gently walk yourself up to the top of the mat, meeting in Uttanasana, forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need. We're so early in practice. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Pull the chest and heart forward, flatten the back. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, circle the arms out around and up, Urdhva Hastasana. Down through heart center and by the sides, Tadasana, mountain pose. Feet can be hips width or come all the way together, whatever your Tadasana looks like. Sun salutations, inhale, out around and up. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Step back, right foot, left foot plank pose. On the balls of the feet or the knees, exhale halfway into chaturanga or all the way down to the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths, breathe in and breathe out. 1 more breath in and breath out. Bottom of the exhale, gently walk yourself up to the top of the mat, meeting in Uttanasana, forward folds. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, circle the arms out around and up, Urdhva Hastasana. Down through heart center, by the sides, Tadasana. 1 more time, out around and up. Exhale, hinge forward, forward folds. Inhale, half lifts. Exhale, forward folds. Step back, left foot, right foot plank pose on the balls of the feet or the knees. Exhale, halfway into chaturanga or all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Pull the shoulders down the back. And exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here in down dog. Breathe in and breathe out. 1 more breath in and breath out. Inhale, kick the right leg up to the sky, 3-legged dog, right hip, right knee, right toe, dial down to the ground. Step the right foot through in between the hands, help it up if you need. Set the back knee down, untuck the toes, Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge, just like in our warm-up. Hands go up to the sky, hands are at heart center, hands on blocks. Any variation is welcome. 2 more breaths here. Breathe in and breathe out. 1 more breath in and breath out. Circle the hands down inside the right foot, so both hands come down inside. Heel toe this right foot off to the right a little bit, coming into lizard pose. Lots of options here. Hands can be on the floor, hands can be on blocks. Forearms can be on blocks, forearms can be on the floor. All I ask is keep the right knee glued against the right shoulder so the knee is tracking forward. 3 breaths in whatever your variation of lizard looks like. Two more. Last breath in and exhale. Inhale, come up to hands if you're not already there, coming into Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. So if you want to grab your blocks, you can. Pull the hips back. Again, hands can be on blocks. The right knee can be bent. It does not have to be straight, but pull the heart to the toes to the heart. 2 more breaths. Last breath in and exhale. Go ahead and set those blocks out of the way if you use them. Plant the left hand. This is a little bit funky, so stay with me. Half circle the right leg all the way to the back of the mat. Ground the back foot. Swivel the left shin to the left. Modified side plank. Right hand goes up to the sky if it feels okay on the neck. Gazing up towards the right hand. 2 more breaths here. Breathe in. And breathe out. Last breath in. And breath out. Now you can stay here. If this is enough for you, stay here. If you want to take it a little further, lift the right leg, bend the right knee, find a Chapasana option here where the right hand grabs the right foot. You make a basketball hoop with the leg and the back. 2 more breaths wherever you chose to land. Breathe in. And breathe out. Last breath in. And breath out. Release that foot if you have it. Bring the right hand back down to the ground. Swivel the left shin back to where it came from. Step the right foot back forward, meeting in a low lunge. So tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Hands can be on blocks or hands can be on the floor. Pull the chest and heart forward. If you can't pull the chest and heart forward with your hands on the ground, it's a beautiful place to use blocks. 2 more breaths. Last breath in. And exhale. Set the blocks out of the way if you use them. Open it up. Warrior 2. Virabhadrasana 2. Right toes forward. Left toes slightly turned in. Shoulders are soft. Relaxed down the back. Arms are long. 2 more breaths. Last breath in. And exhale. Flip the right wrist. Reach it up and back. Reverse or peaceful warrior. If you have a tendency to put a lot of weight in this left hand or the back hand, wrap it around the back, half bind. 1 more breath. And exhale. Inhale, come up to stand. Lengthen through this right leg, Trikonasana triangle pose. So you push the hips to the back of the mat, which creates space through the right side of the body. Reach the right arm as far forward as it will go. And then down to your shin, a block or the floor to the outside of the right foot. Left hand, either on the hip or up to the sky. Gazing up towards the left fingerprints if that feels okay on the neck. 2 more breaths. Last breath in. And exhale. Inhale, come up to stand. Reverse it up and back. Reverse triangle. Again, find that half bind if you put weight in the back hands. 1 more breath in. And breath out. Inhale, come up to stand. Coming into half moon Ardha Chandrasana. So left hand to left hip. Gently bend the right knee. Right hand comes to a block or the floor. In front of and slightly to the right of the right foot. The left hand can stay on the hip or go up to the sky. From here, you can stay in Ardha Chandrasana. If you want to take Ardha Chapasana, similar to what we did earlier, you can bend the left knee, catch the left foot with the left hand, and make a basketball hoop. Open up the chest, open up the heart. 2 more breaths wherever you are. Finding a drishti, a single point of focus, will help. Last breath. And exhale. Gently release that foot if you have it. Bring the left foot to meet the right. Uttanasana, forward fold. Find whatever variation fits you. If you'd like to find movement, you can. If you'd like to find stillness, also welcome. 2 more breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. Last breath in and breath out. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana, pull the chest and heart forward. Exhale, release back down, step back, right foot, left foot plank pose. Either take your vinyasa or skip it if you're taking it down into chaturanga or the floor. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Breathe in and breathe out. Last breath in and breath out. Let's get the other side. Inhale, left leg up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Step the left foot through in between the hands. Help it up if you need. Set the back knee down and tuck the toes. Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. 3 breaths in crescent lunge. Breathe in and breathe out. Pulling left heel, right knee together. 1 more breath in and exhale. Bring both hands down to be on the inside of the left foot. Heel to that left foot over to the left a little bit, finding your variation of lizard. So hands on blocks, hands on the floor, hands or forearms on the block, forearms on the floor. But instead of letting this left knee drift out, can you pull it in and glue it against the left shoulder? 2 more breaths in your variation of lizard. Last breath in and breath out. Come up to hands if you're not already there. Finding Ardha Hanumanasana half splits. So grab your blocks if you want to use them for half splits. Pulling the heart to the toes to the heart. I would rather you be up here with a neutral spine than to try to pull forward and round through the spine. Really try to stick the butt out. If you can, you'll feel a lot more length happening through this left hamstring. 1 more breath here. Breathe in and exhale. Set the blocks out of the way if you use them. Go ahead, half circle this left foot all the way to the back of the mat and ground the foot. Right shin swivels to the right. We find a modified side plank. So the right hand is planted, left hand is up to the sky. Looking at the left fingertips if that feels okay on the neck. 2 more breaths. Last breath in and exhale. Now you can stay here. This is a beautiful place to stay. If you want to take it a little further, lift that left leg, bend the left knee, catch the left foot with the left hand. Find a Chapasana here in this modified side plank. Baby half moon, baby Ardha Chapasana. 2 more breaths. Last breath in and exhale. Release that foot if you have it. Bring the left hand back down. Swivel the right shin back to where it came from and step the left foot through in between the hands, finding low lunge. So tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Hands can be on the floor, hands can be on blocks. Would love for your chest and your heart to be pulled forward. So if you need blocks to do that, it is not a sign of weakness. It's actually, in my opinion, a sign of advanced yoga to be able to listen to what your body needs. 1 more breath. And exhale. Set the blocks out of the way if you use them. Coming into warrior 2, so open it up, ground the back heel, left toes are forward, right toes are slightly turned in, ears, shoulders, hips in alignment. 2 more breaths, breathe in and exhale. Last breath in. And exhale. Flip the left wrist, reach it up and back. Reverse or peaceful warrior, 2 breaths. Breathe in. And exhale. Last breath in. And exhale. Inhale, come up to stand. Lengthen through this left leg. Trikonasana, triangle pose. So the hips reach towards the back of the mat to create that space through the left side of the body. Reach the left arm as far forward as it will go. And then down to your shin, a block or the floor to the outside of the left foot. Right hand on the hip or up to the sky, gazing up towards the right fingertips. 2 more breaths. And exhale. Last breath in. And exhale. Come to stand up. Flip the left wrist, reach up and back. Reverse triangle. 2 breaths. Breathe in. And exhale. Last breath in. And exhale. Inhale, come up to stand. Coming into Ardha Chandrasana, so right hand, right hip. Gently bend through the left knee, step or glide yourself forward. Left hand comes to a block or the floor in front of and slightly to the left of the left foot. Right hand stays on the hip or goes up to the sky. You can stay in Ardha Chandrasana or take Ardha Chapasana. Bending the right knee, catching the right foot with the right hand. Opening up to that basketball hoop. Again, finding a drishti, a single point of focus on the floor, will help with this balance. If you're in Ardha Chandrasana, keeping that back leg that's extended strong will help. 1 more breath. And exhale. Gently release the foot if you have it. Bring the right foot to meet the left. Uttanasana, forward folds. Again, finding your variation, whatever that looks like for you. Finding movement, finding stillness. 2 more breaths. Breathe in. And breathe out. 1 more breath in. And breath out. Inhale, half lift. Pull the chest and heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Step back, left foot, right foot, plank pose on the balls of the feet or the knees. Exhale, halfway into chaturanga or all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful work. We're going to wind everything down. So on your next inhale, bring the right knee behind the right wrist for pigeon on the right hand side. If you're in this variation of pigeon and it just does not work for you, come to lay on your back and put your right ankle over your left knee in a figure 4. If you want to stay up, we've done some back bends today, so you can. If you want to fold forward in your pigeon, you're more than welcome to take that as well. Just ensure that the left hip, the left knee, and the left toe are dialed down towards the ground. Come back to the breath. Come back to your intention if you set one. Allow yourself to be held by the mat in whatever variation you are in. Two more breaths. Last breath in and exhale. If you're on your back, you can stay there. If you're in this variation, gently walk yourself up if you folded forward. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step back, down dog, just to unravel that right leg a little bit. And then we'll immediately head into the left side, pulling the left knee behind the left wrist for a pigeon on the other side. If you're on your back, left ankle over the right knee for a figure four. You can release yourself down if you would like, ensuring that that right hip, right knee, and right toe are dialed down to the ground. Just allowing yourself to find your breath here. Two more breaths. Can you notice where the breath is now that we've been supported by the ground for a little bit? Last breath. If you're on your back, you can stay. If you folded forward, gently lift yourself up. Come to sit on the left butt cheek. Swing the right leg around. You can lengthen the legs, kind of unravel that left leg a little bit if you like. And then plant the feet and take as long or as little as you'd like to lay yourself all the way down on the mat. Once you arrive, release the legs, release the arms by the sides, finding your variation of Shavasana, palms facing up, and allowing the mat to hold you here. Finding surrender into our final rest on the mat. If you would like to remain in Shavasana, take as long as you would like. If you'd like to start to bring movement back into the body, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, circle the arms long overhead, and then roll out the wrists, roll out the ankles, find a full body stretch. And on your next exhale, pull the knees into the chest, wrapping yourself up in a big hug, offering yourself compassion, acceptance, love, and grace. Things you so freely give to others and so often neglect to give to yourself. Offering you a permission slip today and every single day moving forward to give yourself these things without guilt and without shame. One more big squeeze in, and then gently roll over to one side, slowly lifting yourself up to a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you after practice. Together, we'll come back for one more deep collective breath. Inhale, circle the arms out, around, and up. Palms come to touch, hands come down through heart center, Anjali Mudra, bowing the head in gratitude for your body that does so much for you without you ever asking. and to this ancient practice that helps us come back home to heart center and find presence. Seal your practice in with a silent breath with yourself. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I bow to you, and I am so grateful that you were here. You can find me on Instagram at AlyssaXXTucker, or you can just comment below. I would love any questions, concerns, requests that you may have. Would love to connect with you. Thank you again, and I hope you have a beautiful week. Take care.